So this is just gonna be my opinion on the new Murder Drones episode that just came out. Home, episode 5, released I think 2 or 3 days ago on the day of this recording. I think it's good. I think it's actually really good, and it provides a lot of insight. It also brings up a lot more questions. Like, Solver is the one that created the disassembly drones to begin with, but it's Tessa's father and mother are the ones running the company, presumably. And they don't like what the disassembly drones used to be. Why did they get shipped out? One of my theories was either they took a liking to what Sin created, but didn't like Sin herself, or Sin is taking control of the company completely. Because it's very likely that the absolute solver we see Sin inhabiting in episode 2 is not her only form. She's kind of omnipotent. Because we see her symbol all the goddamn time in the series. Back on the episode's plot, I originally didn't know what the fuck was going on until I saw Uzi come in with the crow. And that's when I went, oh, this is Inception. This is an Inception episode. It was a really good concept, and we got a lot more info on Jay and Tessa's relationship. And also, speaking of Jay and Tessa, something I want to kind of say something about is that they have sentient robots, but they don't have 9mm and are forced to use medieval weaponry and revolvers. That's what pisses me off. According to episode 4, looking at the establishment date on the camp they went in, this series is probably taking place around about at least a millennium after our time, because if it was established in 3002, it was something around the early 3000s, and we see and we see Nori and Khan working there, probably because they got assigned to that camp as it was built. It's probably pretty certain at this point that the series takes place around a millennium. We're like, the series probably takes place in the early 3020s. So I'm guessing that maybe when Nori and Khan were in the camp, working in the camp, this was maybe around a little after the time the disassembly drones were first proposed, and then they were launched when everything went to shit all around the planet because there were multiple colonies. And it's really perplexes. In any case, the episode's plotline was a little hard to follow, but after you watch the entirety of it, it's kind of streamlined. It's a lot more as you watch throughout the series, the episodes get easier and easier to follow as you watch them. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But it's also, as one of my buddies, Frick, has said, you need to look at a whole bunch of shit before you realize what the hell is going on. And that was what it was like for me too, but now I got a better understanding of what's going on, and I can enjoy the series more. And as another thing is that we never go back to the fight scene that was started with Cian, Tessa, and Jay. We never know how that plays out, because we never go back to it after we cut away from it in the episode, because it's very likely that Anne ran into V going psycho. Solver captured him, and then he was turned into the disassembly drone along with V. And then Jay had to be captured later. And I don't know what happened to Tessa. They all turned into the original disassembly drones, which I'm pretty sure they were kept dormant. They had to have been kept dormant until everything went to shit on Copper 9, and then they were released. And it also perplexes the question, because they all have a programmed age around maybe teenagers, 16, 15 to 17. Even though these machines, even though it's easy to say that N's model is probably at least 19, 20 years old. And the thing with Doll coming back in, I honestly don't know how she got fixed back up. Maybe Tessa got to her and fixed her, And then there was another thing, because in the last scene, before we cut to Doll, Tessa, and Jay, we see V about to fucking beat the shit out of Uzi, and it's like about to like fucking kill her. And the only thing separating to those two, let's be honest, the only thing keeping those two from fucking killing each other is N. And then in the Tessa, Jay, and Doll scene, we just see those three there. They're just there. They're there. And it ends, and it took me a solid, like, when I first watched it, it took me like a good second or two to read. So I was like, oh, this is gonna end on a cliffhanger. Wait, what the actual fuck? I didn't even process it completely what that scene just meant. So it's probably good to say that we have a good 1 or 2 episodes left. I have a strong gut feeling that they're going to stretch this final fight to be 2 episodes long. It's gonna turn into like a fucking Alan Becker arc, an animation versus Minecraft arc. It's gonna keep on going, to be continued. Overall, awesome episode. Awesome episode. It has me thinking. It has me really thinking, and it has me really excited for the season finale. I presume season finale. Overall, this episode is the best one to date.